Hi, this is part two of my little series on the Book of Mormon, and specifically as it relates to the song Hello from the Book of Mormon musical. So I'm going to address one of the topics, which is this book has so many awesome parts, and you simply won't believe how much it can change your life. And I'm just going to read a couple of the awesome parts that really have spoken to me over the years, and I'm just going to read them directly from the book. And this one is from the section Mosiah chapter 3, and it is verse 19 in that one. This is on page 153. If in my copy, it's going to be around there, depending on which version you're looking at. And it says this: "The natural man is an enemy to God, and has been from the fall of Adam, and will be forever and ever, unless he yields to the enticings of the Holy Spirit, and putteth off the natural man, and becometh a saint through the atonement of Christ the Lord, and becometh as a child, submissive, meek, humble, patient, full of love, willing to submit to all things which the Lord seeth fit to inflict upon him, even as a father doth submit, even as a child doth submit to his father." And I just love that verse. It's just spoken to me over the years because it just talks about kind of the experience that we're having here, and that, my own experience of just feeling like, things about my brain or my body or whatever it is just weren't quite working to to be good and kind to others, that I recognized the desire to do wrong just straight up. And this verse tells me that that's not unusual. That's kind of how this life is. But we're not without hope, right? That is the point of learning about Jesus Christ and becoming like him, and becoming like a child, and changing those things about ourselves and becoming a saint, as it says there. And I think this is just an aside. I think this verse is one reason why, despite our recent especially insistence on trying to go by the name the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and not to be the Mormons, is because the Mormons just refers to the book, really. And saints, Latter-day Saints, even though that doesn't refer to Jesus specifically, which is the point of the focusing on the name, but it refers to being a saint, refers directly to our relationship to Jesus. So that's that. That's one that's really spoken to me over the years, and has, like I say, has changed my life, is really when I've really tried to think about and tried to have that change of heart. The other one is kind of similar to it, and this is in the book of Ether. This is chapter 12, verse 27, and this is on page 510 of my copy. "And if men come unto me," and this is the words Jesus speaking, "if men come unto me, I will show unto them their weakness. I give unto men weakness, that they may be humble. And my grace is sufficient for all men that humble themselves before me. For if they humble themselves before me, and have faith in me, then will I make weak things become strong unto them." And I think this is just another side of that same idea, that weakness is part of our nature here, as human beings. And the point is not to be strong, or just to be, it is to become strong, but the point is not just, there are weak people and there's strong people. No, we all have weakness, and it's so that we can be humble and we can turn to God and realize our own imperfections and be willing to change those. And that's the thing I love about this verse in particular, is that if you come to God, he's going to show you your weakness, which doesn't sound like a great thing, but if you're in if we think about a mindset mentality, a positive mindset, a growth mindset mentality, and that failure is the greatest teacher, well, then that's exactly what we want. We want to see where our imperfections are and our weakness, and we want those to become strengths. And I felt that in my own life. I felt that becoming that way. So those are my two favorite verses that have really changed my life, and I think they are one of many, many awesome parts.